the night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. My name is Melissa Prinz. I'm a historian with the Special Collections here at Maastricht University Library. So this very special book is a 1931 edition of The Night Before Christmas by Clement Clarke Moore, illustrated by the illustrious Arthur Rackham. So one thing that Clement Moore did with this book is he actually merged a couple of traditions that existed around him in the New York City that he lived in during the 1820s. So at that time, there were starting to be several different ethnic groups, mainly from European backgrounds, but with that, there were already several religious traditions, all of which had different ideas about Christmas. Moore took the idea of St. Nicholas coming and filling the children's shoes with little toys and took those ideas and moved them to Christmas Eve, created the idea of St. Nicholas as a holly jolly fat man with a bowl full of jelly, as it says here in this book, whose only purpose was to bring joy and presents to children around the world. And now everyone who knows this poem knows that this is the best part coming up right here. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they knew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. This was actually so successful in part because at that time you had, just as I had spoken earlier about the rise of the middle classes, you have more people making fortunes, you have more entrepreneurs who are willing to put money and time into things like publishing children's books and developing the holidays that make children excited for these sorts of themes and everything that comes after that. The greeting card industry, for example, was also something that came out of what was originally the enthusiasm that was originally created in this book. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And this was so effective that when you have great waves of immigrants from especially Western and Eastern and Southern Europe coming to the United States at the turn of the 19th and 20th centuries, they actually, in part because of what had been inspired by this book, considered Christmas to be a secular holiday like the 4th of July, not a religious one. And so this poem also helped generations of European immigrants, my own family included, to assimilate into their new culture by giving them ways to identify with a tradition that was still in the process of reinventing itself and that they could take part in because that was an ongoing process. We at the Special Collections wish you all a very happy Merry Christmas, and we wish you good cheer, and we hope that on the 24th that you might possibly hear some sleigh bells on your roofs.